Totally. Yeah. And I think that, what we hear from our client partners and what we hear from people in all the different industries that we kind of get to, have a little foot in the door and stick our, dip our toes in the water of regularly is the funnel's great for visualizing how people work their way through buying decisions. But then when you go to try and implement things tactically, they're starting to see some issues. And so, Mark, you kind of are doing a lot of work to understand what's going on there. And I just kind of wanted to tee up some of the problems that we're seeing with the funnel today.
Yeah, 100%. Marketing has evolved and changed a lot over the last decade or so, right? And that's saying something because the principles of marketing have been the same for a very, very long time. So today in the talk, we're going to start with some stats. We're going to go through a little bit of history, and then we'll talk about how things have evolved and changed over a period of time. So the first thing, we're marketers, we love stats, right? It's our favorite thing in the world. Is 79% of leads don't convert. That's a huge number. Like more than 3/4 of leads that marketing thinks are qualified and hands over to sales or should be at a stage in the funnel process that as traditional marketers would be like, oh, cool, like we're going to get some sales out of this. They don't actually convert. That's a staggering factoid. The next factoid is maybe part of the reasons why. The average consumer, I'm sitting at a desk. I have literally more than 5 devices sitting at my desk, but the average consumer has at least 5 devices that they cycle between as part of their normal day, their normal flow. They may have an iPad, they may have a phone, a home phone, not a home phone. Who has those? Like a personal phone, a work phone, a work computer, home computer, and the list goes on and on. And so all of a sudden, as a marketer, now, especially in digital marketing, you're like, great, I can track this person. I have all these great opportunities to figure out exactly what they're doing and be able to provide them a great experience across whatever their buyer journey looks like. Well, when you have more than 5 devices, you're trying to tie those things between, it's virtually impossible for anyone to figure out how to make that work. So it leads to a lot of problems with the traditional funnel. So what are we going to talk about? What are we going to get into with those 2 stats as lingering things in the back of our brain? First, where did the funnel come from? Because for all you context people out there, you know who you are. Tom's one of them. You have to know the history. You have to know the why. Where did this come from? What's up? So we'll get into that. We'll talk about what killed the traditional funnel, what consumers expect now, just based on consumer trends over the last, say, even 5 years, and 5 practical next steps, things that we can do as marketers that we need to remind ourselves of on a daily basis to really make sure that our marketing is hitting.